I have this great desire to be involved in something bigger than myself. I describe land conservation as a 100-year business. And if you start dealing with it, you got to think in terms of 100 years. And North Carolina does a better job of that than its sister states in the Southeast. We used to go up and visit some family friends up near Hickory when I was 11 or 12 years old. And out on the back fence line behind their house, they had this big, one of those sweet gum trees. And I'd disappear. And my mother would come out of the back of these people's house and say, "Where are you?" I'd be sitting up in that sweet gum tree staring at Grandfather Mountain. In some ways, I feel like it was almost fated. There were all these things in my life that kind of led me there. I developed a friendship with Hugh Morton through the Year of the Mountains in 1996, 1997. It was about that time. And then Hugh Morton was best man in my wedding in 2001, and I was asked to read scripture at his funeral. And then that led to my talking to the family about long-term goals and plans for Grandfather Mountain, and the rest is history. Chimney Rock is a place that I just loved as a kid. A friend of mine I went to law school with called me up and said, "Mike, this deal for Chimney Rock is going in the ditch. Can you please get involved and see if you can get the conservation fund involved?" And I said, "Well, okay, let's see what we can do." If you would have asked me when I was 8 or 9 years old, would you rather grow up to be President of the United States or grow up to be the man who helps North Carolina save Grandfather Mountain and Chimney Rock? When I was 8 or 9 years old, I would say, I want to be that man. My first land project in North Carolina was the Horse Pasture River. It's a national wild and scenic river, has magnificent waterfalls on it out near Cashers. And it was a place that I fell in love with when I was in high school. I found it one time driving through the mountains with a top down on an old Corvair convertible, listening for waterfalls. And actually found it that way. At age 29, I found myself testifying in front of Congress on a wilderness bill. The bill passed before I was 30. The epiphany there was, gosh, you can make a difference. I haven't counted up recently how many acres I've been involved in helping protect in North Carolina, but it's probably 100 to 120,000 acres at this point. One project I worked on was protecting, I think it was 2.5 acres next to Bunker Hill Covered Bridge, the only remaining original covered bridge in North Carolina. Well, is that 2.5 acres any less important in one sense than a 10,000 acre piece over here? I've gone on to properties that I've helped protect that nobody knows I was involved in. And I've seen families out there. That means more than any of the awards. The first time I ever really hiked up a big mountain on the Appalachian Trail when I was 16 years old. It was very hard to get up there, about a 9-mile hike. And we got up there, and if you have worked very, very hard to get to the top of something like that, well, guess what? The view is better.